Okay, now we're going to talk about IPC Project. Now, what you're looking at here is kind of our interface on our end that shows some of the tools that we have through IPC Project. I want to stress that with IPC Project, we can add as many tools as necessary. So it has some kind of core pieces to it that you can see on the screen here, such as the site sheets, the chemicals, equipment, and all that. But if you're managing any other type of project, you can also put this in here. Let's say you're managing for deer. You can have a deer management icon that'll take you into that particular project management scenario. So you can pick your scenario and you can add that to it, so it's very customizable. But what I'm going to show you today has to do with the invasive plant part of it. And it's really nice because I think, just to give an example, this is a great tool for, say, Department of Ag for different states or different groups like county extension agents. As an example, we get called frequently for site reports from our crews. So if we're working in the state of Virginia once a year, they'll call and say, we need 10 site sheets from the most recent treatments you performed in the state of Virginia. So we have to get them out of the 3-ring binder, copy them or scan them, send them via email, get all the information to them. Well, if they had this type of software, they would be able to actually use this to get that information anytime. So they could get it at any point during the year, and they can get information from the same day of the treatments. So if you just imagine all the different groups or contractors or applicators that are out there using this tool, everyone would be able to get that information in real time. So let's start out by looking at the site sheets. Now, every one you work with has a different type of site sheet. So you can, in this case, click on latest treatments to see what we've been working on. And you can see November 27th, there were several records recorded at Okefenokee National Wildlife Refuge. You can see a lot of different other sites here where our crews have been working. Probably the easiest thing for me to do is just go down and click on one. Let's just say you wanted to see what our crews were doing at the Central Savannah River Land Trust, November 16th. So you can see here Drew Gentry was working there. You just click on that particular site sheet. And what comes up is really nice because you're able to now see all the different information from that particular site. So different agencies, different groups, different not-for-profits will have different information that they would like to have on their site sheets, and you can put all this in there. You can print reports off of these, so if you want to know the amount of certain type of chemical that's been used on this site over the course of a season, you can do that just by clicking a drop-down menu. You can look here, the record date 11/16, you can see the time they were there, the temperature, the total man hours, the crew that was working there, the hours they worked. You can see sky conditions, wind conditions, certain amount of notes, whatever you need to put in there to kind of record the data for the day. You can see the species list that they treated. Clicking on that will bring up the species and all the information about that species. You can see the chemical they used, total solution. You can see the surfactant they used. All the information is right there. And it's really nice too because you can just click on the view polygons and that will bring up a map of all the area they worked. And you can see that site sheet is regarding this area that they worked on November 16th this year. You can click on the species they treated. Well, that's actually the boundary point. But if you treat there, you can see Chinese privet was treated, and you actually have a photograph attached to it from that day after the treatment. So it's a really valuable tool for land managers that maybe contract out or even have in-house staff that do this type of work, or even for themselves. If you're out there and you're doing work on a site, you can track all the information in real time, get all the information in there while you're standing out in the field, put it into your mobile phone, put it into your mobile device, maybe it's a tablet, and it uploads, it goes into the cloud, it goes into this network, and now you have this all at your disposal. So let's back out of this a little bit. Of course, you can do this for as many sites as you need to. It's nice. I kind of like to look and see what we've worked on today. It's really nice to be able to pull up the latest treatment and really get a good idea. So let's go to this particular park, and you can see November 26th, which in this case we've been dealing with weather. That was 2 days ago, but you can click on just 2 days ago, see the polygon from that particular park. This is a different part of the country. You can see the different crew members that were working there, Spencer, April, Anna, different methods being worked on here for different plants. This case it was Vinca minor. Again, view the polygon. Pulls up a nice map of the area that they've been working in. So this particular client, I believe it was Fairfax County, you can see the exact species, the area they were working. You can see in this case they were also working on English ivy in this part. So really nice tool, great way to track, great way to get information in there. And I'll emphasize again that it's not just that information. You can put whatever information you want in there. It's very easy to transfer in there. And then of course you can take this information and it can work in complement with our other tools that are out there, like the online management plans. All that information can go directly to your management plan if you want it to, and that just gives you just a real-time tracking tool within a management plan that's real-time at this point. So if you want to look back in history and see some of the polygons of the areas you've worked, you can see as recently as today, you can see where Lee was working. Let's see where he is. Looks like he is down in Florida, maybe Moody Air Force Base. You can see certain species that have been identified, like Chinese tallow tree. That was today. So this really gives you real-time data. It's very nice to have. Now let's go down and just check out what Drew did or Spencer did on November 14th. Project completed. You can see the boundary points. You can see in this case they were working for the same client, but you can see they were treating English ivy. 241, there's a picture attached to it. It's really nice when they actually take the photographs and put it with that, so you can actually see, you can see the aerial shot and you can see the close-up shot of the species they were working on, in this case English ivy. So you can create polygons. You can put down all the information about chemicals you need. You can have this all available to your crew or to whoever's working in the field, to your contractor. You can put any type of information, put the chemical name, brand name, notes about the brand. You can also click on that to pull up the MSDS sheets, so everything's right there in the truck with the user of the formulas that they're using. You know, with IPC Project, it really is a project management tool that's customized, so you can put whatever you want in here. We can put equipment. If you click on equipment, you'll bring up a lot of details about maybe parts and materials that you need for your equipment in the field that might break frequently. So you can have spare parts available, and you can have directions on how to fix it on their phone. So while they're standing there and their chainsaw breaks, they can actually pull up the description of how to fix that particular tool in the field versus getting back in the truck, driving back to the shop, and wasting half a day. You can track hours. You can track the pesticide users. You know, we travel from state to state, so we have to have licenses for different states. Well, this allows the people that we work for to be able to just click into their program and see exactly what they need in terms of who the user is, are they licensed, how long does their license last. If they have to provide it to the state, it's all available to them right there. You can also see here where we have under the project management where you can actually assign certain users to sites. So whatever we're building here, whether it's an online management plan or these tracking tools, you have the ability to actually pick the project, pick the online tool, and let's just pick Army GMI right there. And you can actually assign users to this particular group. So certain users will be able to access certain data. You'll have users that you want to be able to edit the documents. You're going to have users that you want to be able to just see maybe just for the general public. Good information about educating the public on the project you're doing. You can actually have an access for them. But then you'll only have one or two users that can do the editing. And then you'll have private data in there that maybe only one user can see. So you can set that up however you want, and it's very easy to do. So that gives a really nice synopsis of what the project management tools can do for you.